Hello everyone. In this video, we'll talk about the training course for AWS certificate Generative AI Developer Professional, where in this video we'll focus on Amazon Agent Core. Amazon Agent Core is AWS platform for building, deploying, and operating AI agents at scale. It is explicitly listed in the exam scope, so you need to understand it properly. Agent Core is a set of modular services that handle the infrastructure and operational complexity of running production agent workloads. Amazon Agent Core, the key thing to understand is that Agent Core is not just a service, it is a collection of services that work together. You can use them individually or combine them depending on what you are building. AgentCore work with any agent framework like LangGraph, Strands, custom code, and any foundation model like Amazon Bedrock models, OpenAI, and others. AgentCore services. We will start with AgentCore runtime. Actually, this is the core of the Agent Core services. It is a serverless execution environment for agents. It handles the session isolation, supports both low latency conversations and long running tasks up to 8 hours and scales automatically. The key difference from running agents in Lambda is that runtime is purpose built for agentic workloads. It understands agent patterns, handles streaming responses properly, and manages the execution lifecycle of AI agents. You deploy your agent code to runtime using Agent Core SDK, and it handles the infrastructure. Runtime provides complete session isolation. Each conversation is isolated, supports multimodal workloads like text, images, videos, and handles both synchronous and asynchronous execution patterns. The next service we'll talk about for Agent Core services is Agent Core Memory. It manages both short-term session and long-term memory for agents. Short-term memory is the conversation history within a session, where a user said what agent did, what tools were called. Long-term memory is persistent knowledge that spans sessions, like user preferences, past sessions, learned patterns. The clever bit is that memory automatically decides what to promote from short-term to long-term based on memory strategies you configure. You can define rules like remember user preferences, store successful problem solving patterns, or keep track of recurring issues. When the agents need context, memory retrieves relevant information from both short-term and long-term stores using semantic search. Memory is organized by actors and sessions. Each actor or user can have multiple sessions, and memory maintains the context across all of them. This is quite different from stateless API calls, where each request is independent. This is a very important part of Agent Core service. You should know Agent Core memory. Next service is Agent Core Gateway. Gateway converts your existing APIs, Lambda functions, and services into tools that agents can use and call. It supports multiple protocols like MCP, OpenAI, and Smith models. The Agent Core Gateway acts as a unified access point. Your agent calls the gateway, and the gateway routes to the appropriate backend or tools. The useful bit is runtime tool discovery. Rather than hard coding which tools are available, the agent can query the gateway to see what tools exist and what they do. This means you can add new tools without redeploying your agent code. Gateway automatically generates tool descriptions from your API schemas, so agents understand what each tool does and what parameter it needs. Agent Core Gateway also handles authentication and authorization for tool access. You can configure authentication, IAM roles, or API keys, and the gateway manages the credentials. Your agent code doesn't need to know how to authenticate to each backend service. It's handled by the gateway. Next service is AgentCore policy. It's a governance for agent behavior. You write policies in Cedar AWS policy language that define what agent can and cannot do. Policies are evaluated in real time before tool invocations. So you can enforce rules like don't allow database writes outside business hours or require approval for transaction over $1,000 or 10,000. You can write policies in natural language and agent core converts them to Cedar automatically. The policy agent validates policies against your gateway schema to catch errors before deployment. It also uses automated reasoning to detect policies that overly pervasive or unnecessarily restrictive. The next service to talk about is Agent Core Identity. It manages authentication and authorization for agents accessing AWS services and third-party APIs. Agents can act on behalf of users with dedicated permissions or with their own identity service accounts in the system. The key use case is when your agent needs to access user-specific data, read their S3 buckets, or query their DynamoDB table, or call an external API with their credentials. So Agent Core Identity handles the token exchange, credential management, and the permission scoping, so your agent code doesn't have to do it. Next service is AgentCore Code Interpreter. The Code Interpreter provides a secure, isolated environment for agent to execute code. When an agent needs to perform a calculation, data transformation, or run scripts, it can generate code and execute it in the code interpreter. It supports Python, JavaScript, and other languages. This is useful for data analysis tasks where the agent needs to process datasets, generate charts, or perform complex calculations that are easier to express in code than in natural language. The execution environment is isolated, so even if the agent generates malicious code, it cannot affect other systems. It's handled by the code interpreter. Next service is Agent Core Browser. Gives agent access to manage web browser for interacting with web applications. The agent can navigate websites, fill forms, click buttons, extract the information from the website. It is designed for web automation workflows. Things like checking order status on a vendor website, submitting forms, or scraping data from the website. The browser service runtime is serverless and handles CAPTCHA challenge better than traditional web scraping tools. It is also more secure than giving agent directly access to the local browser. The agent can take screenshots, extract text, interact with page elements programmatically. Next service to talk about is Agent Core Observability. It provides tracing, logging, monitoring for agent executions. You can get a step-by-step visibility into what the agent is doing, which tools it's calling, which decisions it's making, how long each step takes. It's quite important for debugging agent behavior and understanding why an agent made a particular decision. Agent Core Observability integrates with CloudWatch but provides agent-specific views and logs. You can see the full execution trace filtered by session or actor or drill down into specific tool invocations. It also tracks metadata like cost precisions, token usage, and error rates. Next service, it's Agent Core Evaluations. It's for testing and validating agent behavior. You define test cases, input and expected output, and evaluation runs your agent against those tests continuously. It tracks metrics like accuracy, latency, to usage, cost. The useful bit is that evaluation can run automatically when you deploy new agent versions, so you can catch regressions before it hits productions in your environment. You can also use it for A/B testing different agent configurations or comparing different models. So if you need to build AI agents with Agent Core services, you have to use Agent Core SDK directly. Write your agent code in Python using AgentCore SDK, which provides permission for runtime, memory, tools, and identity, and deploy to AgentCore runtimes your running time environment. This gives you the full control over agent behavior. And use agent frameworks, build agents with LangGraph, Strands, other frameworks, then deploy to agent core runtime. The frameworks handle the agent orchestration. Agent core handles the infrastructure and runtime environment. Use Amazon Bedrock Agent Builder. Configure agents through Bedrock Console or API and provide action groups, knowledge bases, instructions. These agents can optionally use agent core services like memory gateway for enhanced capabilities. The third option is when people often call Bedrock agents. It is the managed agent builder in the Bedrock console, but it's not separately listed in the exam. Take care. Agent core is something else. What is listed is Amazon Bedrock Agent Core, which is the infrastructure platform underneath it. It is a running environment for AI agents. So what you will see in the exam explicitly it has a scope for agent core. So you need to understand what agent core service does and when to use it. How agent core runtime differs from Lambda for agent workloads. How memory manages short-term and long-term context. How gateway handles tool discovery and authentication. How policy differs from guardrails, actions versus content. When to use code interpreter versus calling external API. When browser is appropriate for web automation. The exam will likely test your understanding of which agent core service solves which problem. They will describe scenarios and ask which service or combination of service to use. Note, in Bedrock Agents, you will reference Bedrock Agents in AWS documentation and console. This is the managed agent builder, not the agent core, where you configure action groups and knowledge bases. It is a valid way to build agents, and those agents can use agent core services, but in the exam, focus on understanding agent core as the infrastructure platform and running environment, not Bedrock agents, as the Bedrock agent is a separate service. It is separately listed in this scope. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any question, please comment to this video and like it, and please subscribe to my channel so that you can see more videos in this training course. Thank you.